Modern Warfare 3 Season 2 is right around the corner. We're going to be getting brand new weapons, new maps, and the Walking Dead collab. And today, I'll be showing you guys the top 5 class setups going into the new season. And make sure to watch until the end where I show you guys a gun that actually has a glitched attachment. If you guys enjoy it, if any of these class setups help you, go down below and drop a like on the video. And let me know in the comments, are you excited for Season 2? The first weapon we're going to be taking a look at is the Holger 5.56 assault rifle. And in the most recent update, they actually buffed the conversion kit for this weapon. They increased the gun kick control, recoil control, and decreased the burst fire delay. Starting out here with the optic, the slate reflector. Now you can rock either the slate reflector or, in my opinion, also the MK3 reflector. Both of those are very, very good. I don't like the iron sights for this gun, especially because we're using the conversion kit in this class. Next up for the muzzle, you have to use the Jack BFB. This is one of the most recent aftermarket parts, and you get a crazy gun kick control, vertical recoil control, and horizontal recoil control bonus. As you guys can see, the stats are out of this world. But of course, you guys know by now, if you're using the Jack BFB, you're gonna have an increased radar detection, meaning when you shoot your gun, you're gonna be showing up on the enemy's radar for a little bit longer, and also they'll have like the whole advanced UAV triangle, so they'll kind of know your exact position, which way you're looking at, and you're going to be staying on the radar for longer. In my opinion, though, I think you need to take that risk, especially when you're using this gun. It has a lot of recoil to manage, and this attachment will really help. Next up for the underbarrel, the Bruin Pivot Vertical Grip. Like I just mentioned, this gun definitely has a lot of vertical recoil to manage when you equip the aftermarket part, so this attachment will obviously give you gun kick control, vertical recoil control, and out of all of the underbarrels, this gives you the biggest vertical recoil control buff, so I think this is the best one. Next up for the magazine, you have to throw on the 40-round mag. Obviously, with the conversion kit, it takes this full auto assault rifle and changes it into a 4-round burst. And last but not least, of course, you need the Jack Signal Burst. This is going to convert the gun into a 4-round burst, and it feels very similar to the M8A1 or the M8A7 from Black Ops 3. I think the recent buff they just gave this gun really helps this gun tremendously. It was decent before the update, but now it has that 1 burst potential, and also the fire rate is a lot faster. And also, in case you want to know my secondary for a lot of these class setups, it is the Core 45 pistol, but I use the conversion kit, which makes it so you have a faster fire rate, and it basically turns this thing into an SMG. And then for the muzzle, I rock the monolithic suppressor to stay off the radar, get a little bit more recoil control. I also rock the 40-round drum just to make it more of an SMG. For the rear grip, the granular grip for that recoil control and gun kick control. And finally, for the stock, the XRK Dynamic Precision stock for more gun kick control and recoil control. This right here is like my favorite go-to backup or secondary in this game. Next up, we're gonna be taking a look at the AMR9 submachine gun, but with the double barrel conversion. And in the most recent update, they changed so much to this gun, they actually completely fixed it, and it got a huge buff. Starting out with the optic, once again, the slate reflector. You can honestly rock whatever optic scope you want, but in my opinion, the slate reflector is extremely clean, very precise. I think it's the best one. Next up for the magazine, throw on the 100-round drum. Obviously, with this conversion kit, you have 2 barrels on the gun, and you're shooting 2 bullets at the same exact time. So you're going to be going through ammo very quickly. Rear grip, the Sakin ZX grip for more gun kick control and recoil control. This is just going to help out the gun a lot more when you're trying to control it and use it in gunfights. For the stock, I like the Wolfhound carbine stock, once again, for gun kick control and recoil control. I feel like this gun definitely has some recoil to manage, obviously now with it being a double barrel. And of course, lastly, you have to use the Jack Etten double barrel kit, which will make it so you add a barrel to the gun and you shoot 2 bullets per shot. When this gun first released, it actually didn't work properly at all. 2 bullets were not shooting at the same time. So now with the most recent update, they actually went ahead and completely fixed it. So now when you shoot this gun, you literally shoot 2 bullets at the same exact time. So kind of double the damage. I would give this gun a shot. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the Costa 762 from Modern Warfare 2. Within a recent update, they gave this weapon a pretty substantial buff. They increased the lower torso damage, increased the leg damage multiplier, and increased the foot damage multiplier. Now with the barrel on this gun, the CAS 10-584 barrel. This is going to give you bullet velocity and range, a little bit more recoil control, a little bit more gun kick control. In my opinion, this makes the gun feel a little bit more like a traditional AK-47, but also look how many buffs you get, dude. You do lose out on some mobility, but that's completely fine because this is an AR and it's not so much an SMG, so you're going to be a little bit more slower anyway. Next up for the muzzle, the VT Spirit Fire Suppressor. Obviously, you're going to be staying off the radar, which is a huge bonus, but you get recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range. Now, this gun right here particularly has a lot of recoil to manage, so this is going to help out. Next up for the ammunition, the high grain rounds. This is one of my favorite attachments, and it's also really cool now because we could put MW3 attachments on all of the MW2 guns, so you can really rework these class setups, and they kind of feel like fresh and new weapons. Next up for the magazine, throw on the 40 round mag. And lastly for the rear grip, the True Attack grip for a little bit more ADS and sprint to fire speed. This is going to help out the gun feel a little bit more faster, a little bit more handling, which is really nice. Sledgehammer has definitely been focusing a lot on the MW2 gun, so this weapon, it's going to have a lot of recoil, but at the same time, it's going to hit pretty hard. If the recoil is still a lot for you to handle, just take off the high grain rounds because this is the attachment that is giving you more recoil. And if you want to, you could throw on a stock like the FT TAC Elite stock, which will give you more gun kick control and recoil control. And after that, the gun should definitely feel a little bit more stable, and give it a shot. It's really good. Next up on our list, we're going to be taking a look at the Striker 9 submachine gun. And in the most recent update, they actually gave this weapon a buff and increased the maximum damage by 7%. Starting off with the barrel here, the Striker Recon Long Barrel. This is going to give you a little bit more bullet velocity and range, and also more aiming idle sway, which definitely helps out. For the muzzle, the Colossus Suppressor. This is going to make it so you're staying off the radar, but also give you some more recoil control. We're definitely going to try and turn this thing into an absolute laser, so you don't have to worry about recoil control at all. Of course, if you wanted to be a little bit more risky, if you think you're a good player, you could always throw on the Jack BFB. This is going to make the gun literally not have any recoil at all. Next up for the magazine, throw on the 50 round drum. I like having this because this gun has a very fast fire rate compared to a lot of the SMGs, so you're going to be depleting your ammunition pretty fast, and having the 50 round drum will make sure you don't have to reload as often. Next up for the rear grip, the Sakin ZX grip for a little bit more gun kick control and recoil control, as you guys can see. And lastly for the stock, the FSS Priority Tactical Stock for more recoil control, but also movement speed and sprint speed. Actually pretty damn happy they gave this gun a buff. I felt like it did deserve it. Now this gun definitely has very low recoil, decent damage, and it's very good up close. If you guys were curious, this is how the gun looks with the Jack BFB. It's really stupid, so it's up to you if you want to try. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the Fennec 45 from Modern Warfare 2. And this weapon got one of the biggest buffs we've seen so far. They increased the maximum damage range, increased the leg damage multiplier, the foot damage multiplier. They decreased the ADS time as well as the sprint to fire time. Starting out with the barrel, the Forged TAC Ninja. This is a great barrel because you kind of get two attachments in one. You obviously get that bullet velocity and range, that gun kick control, and recoil control, but this gun has an integrated suppressor, so you're going to be undetectable by the radar. Next up for the ammunition, the high grain rounds. Now this will give the gun a little bit more recoil, but then again, you get awesome buffs. You're going to make it so you have no enemy skulls when you take down an enemy. You also get bullet velocity and damage range, so you're going to be hitting those farther shots with this gun. Next up for the magazine, the Fennec Mag 45. I think this is very important considering this gun has a very fast fire rate, so this attachment will make it so you don't have to reload as frequently. For the rear grip, the Fennec Stippled Grip for a little bit more gun kick control and recoil control. And for the stock, the Agile Assault 7 stock. This is going to make it so you have aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, sprint speed, overall a little bit better handling and mobility. I was very surprised with how big of a buff this gun actually received. And I just feel like no one is really even talking about the Fennec or a lot of these MW2 guns, but I think you should give them a shot. Finally, we're going to be taking a look at the MTZ 762 battle rifle. And this gun may not look like anything crazy, but this weapon actually has a glitch attached to it. So starting out with the optic, once again, I rock the slate reflector, but I definitely recommend rocking an optic sight on this gun because it doesn't have the best iron sights. Next up for the barrel, the MTZ Precision Blackthorn barrel. What a name, but you get bullet velocity and range, so your bullets are gonna be traveling faster, increasing that range, also aiming idle sway, and firing aim stability. Next up for the muzzle, you guessed it, the Jack BFB. This is like one of my favorite attachments in the game. I kind of think it's a little game breaking because I always find myself putting this attachment on and it just automatically gives a gun no recoil to really manage. So this attachment is a little broken. Next up for the magazine, we have the 40 round mag, but if you use the default version of this gun, the 40 round mag is normally not available. The highest round magazine you can use for the MTZ battle rifle is the 30 round mag. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering right now, how do you get the 40 round mag on this gun? Don't worry, I will show you. And lastly for the stock, the close quarters assault stock. This is gonna make you have a little bit more recoil control and gun kick control for this weapon, and you get a pretty big increase for all the recoil control right here. I think doing the glitch with this gun and also giving it the 40 round mag truly helps out a lot because typically 30 bullets in a magazine is just not enough. And as you guys can see, this gun is going to work. So if you guys want to do the 40 round mag glitch, just throw on the MTZ 762. And if you guys didn't know, this weapon actually has a conversion kit, which kind of makes it more of like an AR SMG type style. Once you throw on this conversion kit, it then gives you the ability to put on the 40 round mag. So what you guys are going to want to do is go into Warzone, make this exact class setup, the 40 round mag and the Jack Heretic carbine kit conversion. Go into a Warzone game. When you're in the pre-game lobby, just pull up your class setup and edit this gun mid-game. Just take off the conversion kit and then the gun will still have the 40 round magazine on. Make a custom mod or a blueprint and then boom, you have the gun.
Enemy securing Charlie. Enemy taking Bravo. Fire. Securing objective Bravo. We're losing Charlie. Enemy securing Charlie. They're taking Alpha. They're taking Bravo. Securing objective Alpha. Securing objective Charlie. Enemy securing Bravo. They're taking Charlie. Overwatch Helo standing by.
Have the helo.
Securing objective Charlie.
This has not been a fun game, that's for sure.
Enemy taking Bravo. Charlie secure. They're taking Alpha. Enemy securing Bravo. Advanced
Okay.
UAV standing by.
Got the advance.
We've lost Bravo. EMP is ready for deployment.
Got the EMP. That's what I needed. They already destroyed my... Damn, they already destroyed my helo.
Systems are down.
They already destroyed my helo. That is crazy. I'm dead.
Turret deployed. Losing Alpha.
I'm dead.
Bravo secure. We're taking Charlie.
Jesus. They're EMP'd and I still feel like sometimes they could just tell who I am. It's ridiculous.
Securing objective
On a 20.
Enemy taking Bravo. Friendly cruise missile deployed.
Might be screwed here.
We hold all objectives.
Okay, we have a sentry gun.
Stay vigilant. Enemy securing Bravo. Enemy securing Charlie. Friendly
Okay.
UAV online.
Oh, man. This has not been a fun game. I'm on a brutal.
Enemy took Charlie.
I'm on a brutal.
Enemy taking Bravo.
I only got one kill out of there. Okay.
Enemy taking Alpha.
We have that sentry gun, so I'm kind of using my teammate's sentry gun as like bait a little bit. I hear them to my left.
Objective Bravo secure. SGB standing by.
Finally, bro. I had to use that sentry gun as bait, literally. Well, the Fennec is feeling very, very good. I'm not gonna lie. All right, well, I'm just gonna call this in because screw it. If you guys made it to this point of the video, comment MGB down below so I know you're a real one, all right? Drop a like, subscribe. Let's get it.